Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a chatty get ready with me, just filling you in on where I've been. It has been about 8 months since I've filmed or posted a video, so I'm gonna catch you up on everything that's been going on and just thought we could sit down, do our makeup and chat about life. So here we go. Feels very weird to film right now. I'm just gonna clip my hair back. I got these little like claw clip things to like section your hair off in Boots, and they've been really handy. They're like the best ones I've ever found for actually gripping your hair back. Okay, that looks weird. So I'm probably just going to leave all of the products listed in the description box below. So if you're curious about anything I'm using and I'm like chatting and not talking you through what it is, then just check the description box down below and I'll have everything listed there, including shades and stuff. But I'm just going to start off by putting some SPF on because I haven't done that yet today. So this is the Supergoop Play SPF 50 Everyday Lotion. I've been using this for a couple years now, I think, and I just always go back to it as a great facial SPF, and it's like considerably more affordable than a lot of facial SPFs that are cruelty free. The only thing is it is quite greasy, so I'm gonna go wash my hands. So today me and Adam are actually going to like a concert this afternoon, or this evening rather, so I'm getting ready. It's super early now, it's only like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but we're not leaving till about 5-ish, but I wanted to film this video, so I thought I'd just do my makeup now and hopefully it'll last. It's going to be a very like casual gig. It's outside, so I'm probably just going to wear a raincoat and like big chunky walking shoes because it's probably going to be muddy because we are in the UK and it has been pretty much raining since the beginning of July every single day here, so that's how our summer is going. So I'm just gonna not put too much makeup on, but this is kind of like my full face at the moment. It's quite light though. So I'm first gonna take the Iconic London Radiance Booster and I'm gonna mix that with a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. This is something that I've been testing out, well not testing out, I've been using this all year basically. I've got 2 shades, I've got number 2 here and number 4 here. I really like this foundation as like a full coverage glam foundation. I was struggling with my skin a bit in like the winter months this year and I had a lot of eczema and like redness and I was just like not feeling very confident in my skin, so I wanted something with more coverage than my usual like tinted moisturizer level. So I've been really liking this. It's very like glam but also like doesn't feel too heavy on your skin, but it really like perfects everything and it still keeps a nice glow there as well. In fact, I don't know whether to mix it with the Iconic London because I did use that Supergoop Play thing and that's quite glowy, so I might just actually skip on the Iconic London Radiance Booster, but this is this is in the shade Shell Glow and it's a really nice radiance boosting, you know, like a primer with like a sheen to it. So I'm just going to mix the lighter shade and the darker shade on my hand, blend it into the skin with a brush. Okay, so enough with the chit chat, let's get on to like what's been happening in the last year. So the last video that I posted was on actually the 11th of December 2022. So I actually thought it was earlier than that. I thought that it was more like September time. So I haven't been gone as long as I thought I've been gone, but I've still been gone a good 8 months. And in that time, a lot has happened. So we moved house. I think I mentioned this in my kind of previous video that I posted. We were like working through the process of moving and everything, and it was like just stressful basically. If you've ever bought a house and you live in the UK, you'll know what I mean, but it is one of the most stressful things that you can do. I'm sure one of the most stressful things whatever country you live in, but particularly like the legal system for buying houses in the UK seems to be like super complicated and just like works in favour of the lawyers, and like you don't know if you've actually got the house for definite until like right up until the last minute, and everyone can pull out up until the last minute, and it's just super stressful. So that was kind of what we were going through, is like we couldn't get the kind of contracts signed and everything completed within the date time that we wanted, so that's why it was like just getting really stressful up until the last minute. But thankfully, you know, it did all happen. We had to push back our moving date a couple of times, but we were able to like get in time for like our mortgage offer and everything not to expire, so our mortgage rate was locked in, which I'm so thankful for, because I think if like we hadn't been able to get that mortgage rate, like I don't know if we would have been able to buy this house, because the mortgage rate's obviously like gone up so much. But obviously it was a very stressful end of the year, beginning of this year. We ended up moving on the 5th of January, I think. So it was like just after Christmas. We were kind of like packing up our house and stuff around Christmas time, like New Year's, and then we moved literally just after we had both kind of gone back to work, maybe for a couple of days, and then we moved over like the first weekend back. Yeah, it was just a lot. Also like other stuff happening around Christmas, like we were both really unwell. We ended up like not seeing our families at all over Christmas because we were, well, Adam was like a lot more sick than I was. He had the flu. I had it, but to a lesser extent. But like basically it meant that we don't think it was COVID, but we were literally holed up in our house, like our old house, just on the sofa on Christmas Day, and it was quite miserable, if I'm honest. So it wasn't the best start to the year. Our first year together, first New Year together as a married couple, but you know, there'll be more, it's fine. So yeah, that was kind of the start to our year. It was all quite, there was a lot going on. And then after that, I guess the reason that I haven't really filmed at all is just because I haven't really had, like, I haven't felt like I've had the brain capacity to be able to like film and stuff on top of, you know, my day job, getting the house settled. We've had a lot of like social things that we've been doing over summer which have been taking up all of our weekends, and there's just been a lot going on where I haven't felt like I had the mental capacity to also think of a video to film, like be inspired and creative in that way, but B, actually physically have the time to sit down, dedicate, be switched on for the camera. And when I say that, I mean like it is work, like filming. It's not just, although I am just like talking like I would on a normal day, at the same time you have to like be in the mood to be on camera, and you have to try and think about your words and like know what to say that's going to be interesting, and then the whole editing side of it. It takes hours to actually just film and edit the video, let alone coming up with the idea for it and just like feeling like interesting enough. So there's like the whole mental side of it as well as the physical like time of filming. So I guess that was kind of what I was struggling with, because at the beginning of the year we were obviously settling into this house, we were like getting everything sorted, we were unpacking everything, but also like trying to make it feel like a home and also like have our lives at the same time. So we were really getting that kind of settled, and then when we felt like I felt like we'd got to a place with that was when like summer started, and we were basically away from the house 6 weekends in a row over summer, from like end of May to like beginning of July. And then after that we were home for a bit, but then I had my wisdom tooth removed, and like there was like I've been like recovering from that. So there's just been like one thing after the other, which meant that I didn't have a lot of weekends free to like sit down and film. And again, it's like the brain capacity and stuff like that. There's just been a lot of stuff basically. And like I say, none of it's been like bad per se, or like, you know, terrible things happening in our lives, but it has just all been a lot of change and transition and getting used to our new lives in this house. And I turned 30 this year, and that's been kind of a change as well. Obviously entering a new decade, I'm kind of like coming to terms with like what I see for myself now in my life at this stage, you know, where I want my life to go in a way. That probably all makes it sound a lot deeper than it is, but you know, the YouTube landscape over the past couple of years has changed drastically. It's not what it was 3-4 years ago, and on top of that, I don't feel like my life is what it was before, you know, 2020. Like, I feel like my tastes, my habits for beauty, but also like things that I'm interested in have changed drastically. And like, I guess I'm kind of going through the process of thinking like, where does YouTube and filming fit in to that? Because actually a lot of the time this year I just haven't felt inspired to film. And it's not that I don't still love YouTube as a platform, because I consume YouTube basically more than any other social media app on my phone. Like, I watch people's YouTubes all the time, but I don't really watch very many sit down makeup videos anymore. I mainly watch like vlogs, day in the lives, more chatty things, but majority of what I watch is vlogs. And then I listen to podcasts as well. I listen to like interview podcasts and kind of like TV show recaps and that kind of stuff. And then there's another side to that where, okay, well, if I'm only really interested in vlogs, and that does seem to be like what is performing really well on YouTube anyway. So there's a side where, okay, well, I could just diversify and I could just start filming vlogs, but I don't like vlogging. I just don't really enjoy it. I love watching vlogs, but I don't want my life to be taken over by feeling like I have to have the camera up all the time and feeling like, oh, I need to capture this moment on camera. I want to just live my life, and then when I want to film, I want to take myself off, sit down, carve out an hour, carve out 2 hours to actually film a video and chat then, rather than like filming little bits throughout my day. And because then it just becomes all consuming, it like takes over your entire life, because you can just get really, really bogged down in feeling like you're on a hamster wheel, you know, like you're constantly trying to think about new ways that you can like create content and engage your audience and things like that. And that's also my job 9 to 5. Like, I'm a social media manager, like that's what I do in the week. I don't really want to have to be like constantly switched on at the weekend vlogging. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but that's kind of where my head's at with it. Yeah, I'm kind of at peace with the fact that I'm never going to be top of the algorithm. You have to be doing like YouTube shorts, you have to be posting every day, or like, you know, 2-3 times a week, whatever, to be able to get any kind of traction. And that's just not my priority right now. My priority is my job and my family, my husband, kind of spending time with friends, and this is like an extra kind of fun thing that I do on the side when I can. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas or thoughts on what you would like to see, then please do let me know in the comments below, because that might help me get inspired, to be honest. And like, if I have something to work from, or like ideas that other people have that I know they want to see from me, then that might really help me come up with some other ideas as well. Maybe I'll just do like current favorites or something. I don't know, because there's a lot of new products that I've been using this year. So this is the Vieve eyeshadow stick in the shade Camel, the eye wand, and it's so nice. It's just a matte cream eyeshadow, but it is honestly such a nice tone. It's like a bronzer for your eyelid. There's definitely stuff that I've incorporated into my collection and my routine this year that I could talk about in a current favourites video. So maybe that's the next thing that I'll film. But yeah, let me know if you'd like to see that or any other types of videos you'd like to see. Yeah, and if you are still here watching my videos, thank you. I do really appreciate the support and love that you can still give me, even though I'm not consistent at posting and I just post when I can. I was feeling really anxious about sitting down to film because I was like, I don't know, like I don't think people are going to want to watch it, and there's just like so many thoughts running through my head. But actually when you just sit down and do it and stop thinking about it, it's easier than you think. And I do feel better for having kind of just told you guys what's on my mind. My makeup habits have changed so much since, well, really since the pandemic. I just don't really wear makeup anymore. During the week, 99% of the time when I'm at work, I'm not wearing any makeup whatsoever. I wear makeup at the weekends, I wear makeup if I'm going out, but otherwise I really don't wear it, and I just feel like a bit of a fraud. I do still buy makeup, I buy new things to try, but I know the brands that I like a lot of the time, and I really think about what I want to purchase. I don't just like bulk buy cheap makeup anymore, because 9 times out of 10 I end up throwing it away because I don't like how it performs. So I wait and I buy things like a Charlotte Tilbury product, or like Saie I really love. I love their blushes, like Rose Ink, or like I will buy those kind of higher end products now rather than like an elf blush or something, because like I say, usually end up throwing those away because they don't perform as well as my higher end products. And I know that's kind of a controversial thing to say, because a lot of people will say, oh, you can get just as good things at the drugstore, but for me, I haven't found that sweet spot really of like things that feel high end but have a really low price point. I've found like mid-range stuff. Overall, I will buy less but buy more of that stuff, if that makes sense. So I'll wait to buy something. If I want a new foundation in my routine, I'll like buy a Charlotte Tilbury one rather than like buying a cheapy elf one or a Makeup Revolution one that ends up not working for me and then I throw it away because it's just more wasteful. Yeah, I don't really know where I'm going with this, but I just don't really feel like the same, and that would be weird, wouldn't it? Because I've been into makeup now for probably about 10 years and I don't feel like my tastes and stuff are anywhere near what they were even like 5 years ago. I just feel like the way I wear makeup, the way I do my makeup, like everything has changed. How often I wear makeup, how I feel when I wear makeup, like everything has changed. Like I just don't put as much weight on that stuff anymore. The pandemic was really like the switching point for me in that, because I didn't feel the pressure, really just like not going into the office every day, like not feeling like, oh, I'm going to be in front of people so I have to like look presentable. It sounds so bad, but I don't feel that way anymore, because I'm working from home and I just don't really care what I look like a lot of the time. So yeah, obviously there are times when I do and I like to look nice and it makes me feel kind of better or more productive sometimes when you put a bit of makeup on and you feel just a bit more like ready for the day, but the majority of the time I just don't wear it. I feel like the style of makeup that everyone's into has obviously changed so much from like the mid 2010s era, like 2015 to 2020 really, or 2015 to 2019, real full glam, full bake kind of era, and now it's just very pared back, minimalist, much more like model off duty, or what are they calling it these days, like quiet luxury. So I'm actually going to put this setting spray on. This is a Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless setting spray. So for brows, I'm going to use the Rose Ink eyebrow gel. This is in shade 02. I'm still just working my way through this. I think I bought this like a year ago and I'm liking it. Yeah, I just find it like interesting that like just all the fashion things are just coming back around, and like now they've called like sort of minimalist style, quiet luxury style. There's just always different words for things and different trends, and like it's wild to me that like low-rise jeans and cargo pants and all like that kind of style is back in, because I swore I would never wear any of that stuff again, and I still never will wear low-rise trousers again. I'm always gonna be a high-waisted millennial girl. But it's just interesting to see, you know, things that you feel like look really dated and just out of fashion, the younger generation think look really in fashion. So, you know, I think that's another part of it, like turning 30 is like kind of feeling like, am I too old to be doing this now? So normally I would wear a like full-on black mascara with this kind of look, but because we're keeping it a bit more casual, I might do a brown mascara. So Redhead Revolution did send me these a long time ago now. If you don't know, Redhead Revolution are a really cool brand that has like a few products but are designed for redheads. So if you're like struggling to know what colours to pick for things, the purpose of the brand is to make it really easy for us to sort of figure out what shades and things look good on us. It's a brown mascara, but obviously they have slightly different shades depending on like what you are. To be honest, I wear both. I kind of interchange between the shades, but I like this one because it's a little bit darker and kind of more, like it defines your lashes a bit more because it's a bit of a darker colour. It's got one of the curved ones, so I really like it. The e.l.f. mascara that I used to love that they've discontinued had a one like this. So this is the Makeup by Mario Moistureglow Plumping Lip Serum in the shade Bronze Glow. So it's just kind of like a brownie nude shade. These are so nice. It's basically like a lip gloss, but in a stick form. Very natural, very kind of sheer, not too much colour to it, but still looks like you're wearing something. I would normally line my lips, but I couldn't be bothered, so I haven't done anything with my hair. So yeah, this is the finished makeup look. I hope that this was an enjoyable video to watch and it wasn't too much of just a brain dump and that you couldn't follow it, but do let me know if you would like to see more videos from me down in the comments, because I'd be really interested to know what type of things you'd like to see, or just more of the same. Like, let me know if you're still interested in that type of stuff, because I really don't know anymore. I don't know what people are into. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it if you are still here. I feel like I've filmed for ages, so thank you, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.